Hi everyone, welcome to UTV Guna and our show the Roaring Gunners from the City of Joy with Sauradeep from the Arsenal Bengal official supporters group. Yes, bro, we're back. How are you?
Yeah, we're back, Matt. Yeah, we are back.
How
And
are you,
yeah,
bro?
buzzing as well. Yeah, buzzing, for a club, the way it's been going. I'm very happy. And let's see. Also the preseason starting as well, a couple of days. So yeah, Arsenal coming back after a huge gap, for a month or so. Finally, I'm going to see Arsenal again. So yeah, everything is good. Yeah.
Yeah, bro, time goes quickly, man. Already pre-season is about to get underway. The season will be getting underway in a few weeks' time, start of August. We've got the Community Shield and the first game of the season. Before we talk about the transfers, just wanted to get your thoughts on the fixture list. So nice start for us having a home game, Nottingham Forest. Also, the last game of the season is Everton, a home game. That's always good to have first and last game home games. And then just looking overall, September is going to be a big month. Got the two home games against Man United and Tottenham. And yeah, just what's your overall thoughts on the fixture list?
I think it's better. I think it's fine. It's, better than a couple of seasons before when we had to play Brentford away. So yeah, I'm quite content with the fixture list, and it's not about the fixtures. We have got decent fixtures where we have September, as you said, September is going to be crucial. I think there'll be in the latter months also there are a couple of you know instances where we play back to back big games. But at the end of the day, I think it's all about playing well. I think it's all about starting well. In terms of that, we have got Nottingham Forest, which is pet. I think it's fine. Last time around, last season we beat them 5-0 at home, but again, we have to remember that we also lost away at Nottingham as well last season, the flag end of last season, when we were struggling to put our wins, during the latter stages. So we have to do well. We have to start well. Well, and if we can play according to our potential, I think there'll be only 3 points that we can expect. And also, the last game being Everton at home, I think that's why I don't know whether Everton will be shit like this last season as well. But I'm expecting Everton to strengthen up, so it may be a decent game. But hopefully, by the end of May next year, we'll be already celebrating the Premier League title. Hopefully, not. So yeah, so far so good, and happy with the fixtures list. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, let's hope so, bro. Let's hope we can. With the title, it's been a long wait, 20 years. We've seen our new kits got the gold stripes for the Invincibles. It'd be a great way to celebrate 20 years since then to win the league title. And we were so close last season. The next step is hopefully for us to go on and win the league title. And transfer business, key to that. We spoke in the last show in the last season. We want to see the team make that next step now, get the players in that can help us to take that next step. Let's talk about the transfers that have come in. A couple of them haven't been confirmed, but they're more or less done. But let's start with one that has been confirmed. There's a bit of a surprise, came a bit out of the blue that we bought Kai Havertz, big amount of money, 65 million. What's your thoughts on this one?
It was quite unexpected because I was not expecting Kai Havertz to come at Arsenal. But yeah, we have done something because I can see the way he plays. If you analyze his playing, I think he's more of he can be playing at the left hand side, the Xhaka role properly. If you see Mikel Arteta also mentioning him as midfielder. So I think there will be a definite shift of role for Kai Havertz at Arsenal. It won't be like man on top in the false nine, but the way he was playing for Chelsea, he's a good player, man. Make no mistake, he was superb while playing for Bayer Leverkusen in Germany. I think he has decent record of goal. I think 16 goals in 20 or 28, 29 matches for Germany as well. At Chelsea are being shit. They're so poor. They were so poor last season. And if you see the records of and stats of Kai Havertz, actually he won them the Champions League. Just a couple of seasons ago. So he's by no means a player that we can just say, okay, it's a low-key signing. It's not low-key signing. It's a good signing, I do believe. And even if he plays sometime up front, if Gabriel Jesus has to move on the wings and all, I think he's going to be a perfect foil for our attackers. The way he plays, the way he, you know, gets himself into the half spaces and gives the ball away to the wingers, or sometimes, being the extra man from the midfield to the attack. I think it's going to be a good signing for us, and I'm very happy, to be honest. And he looks also very happy. He looked very happy, very relieved to switch the sides of London. And yeah, I'm very happy with Kai Havertz signing.
Okay, yeah, let's hope he has a great season and will be a great signing for us. As you're saying, the role he's likely to play is going to be the role, but he's more suited to playing in midfield. He's versatile. He can play that left role, as you're saying that Xhaka has been playing for us, but also can play Odegaard's role. So it gives us those options to rotate. Also, if he needs to play further forward as a striker on the wings as well, he's able to play them positions as well. The next one is a big one. We heard strong rumours of it towards the end of last season. It's dragged on a little bit. We saw Man City had entered the race for a little bit of time as well. But even though it's not been officially announced by the club, it is more or less done. Declan Rice is an Arsenal player shortly. Your thoughts on this one?
Oh my goodness, this is a statement signing, to be honest. This is the signing that we were dreaming, the kind of signings, the kind of players that should be coming to Arsenal. Go back to like 10 years, 12 years when we were signing the likes of Marouane Chamakh, Gervinho, Sebastian Squillacis. We would have been, giving her everything to get a player like Declan Rice, even a couple of 2 or 3 seasons back as well. So yeah, massive credit to Edu, massive credit to Mikel Arteta, massive credit to the Kroenkes. Make no mistake, we all have slacked them, we all have abused them for not investing enough, but they have done it, man. They're doing it for the past couple of seasons, which is great signing for us. Great sign for us, I must say. Declan Rice, outstanding player, to be honest. The way he has been playing, the way he plays for West Ham, the way he's been playing for England, he's going to be a perfect player for us in the midfield. He's a top-notch ball breaker. He can, his defensive side is excellent, and he's a great ball carrier as well. So he's going to be a threat going forward. His passing is excellent. He's a top-notch player. So it's everything clicks, everything ticks for Declan Rice to Arsenal. And I think another important thing is that he's just 23 or 24. I think he's 24. So he'll be along with all these young players around him, the likes of Saka, the likes of Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, Martinelli. All these players are going to be there, and the proper young core that we have built now. And Declan Rice is just the icing on the top of it, and a massive icing as well. It's not just the icing, it's the icing and cherry combined. Very happy, great signing. I know there is, I think, there's still some, technical things regarding Arsenal lawyers, finalizing the deal, and then West Ham can, announce it possibly that he has moved to Arsenal, and we can also announce it. I think it's going to take maybe today or tomorrow. I think we're going to officially announce it. So yeah, very happy with Declan Rice signing, and proper Arsenal player, and Arsenal spending 105 million for a player. That was something unheard of as well. Record British transfer. So yeah, very happy, very happy.
Yeah, for sure, bro. It's exciting times for us. Looking forward to seeing Declan Rice playing for us next season. The third signing, again, not confirmed, but it's 99% done. Should be announced this week as well, is the player from Ajax, defender Timber. I don't know much about him. I've not seen him play much, but I've been doing some research after we've been linked with him, and now we know we're signing him. And versatile player again, but he can play centre back and right back. Really good with the ball, from what I've read, which is a key thing for us, like playing out from the back. We've seen how good the likes of Saliba have been with that, Gabriel, Ben White, and Zinchenko. But we saw when Saliba got injured, Rob Holding, not blaming him for us having that dip. He's a good defender, but he's not someone that is good with the ball going forwards, playing out from the back. So this is going to give us an extra option there in the centre back and right back areas of a player that is good with the ball. We know Ajax, the way they train their team up from young age, the whole total football concept. So it looks like it's going to be a really good signing for us as well. What's your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Julian Timber was again another signing that we were not linked with, in the preseason or prior to that, and suddenly we got him. He's a good player, man. Make no mistake. I think the kind of player Timber is very versatile, as you can see. And again, another thing that Arsenal are approaching in terms of defenders, that we are going for multifaceted players. We are going for players who can cover in various positions. He's a centre back. He can play as right back as well. Same goes with Zinchenko. Same goes with Kiwior. Same goes with Ben White. So you can see a clear change of pattern in Mikel Arteta's strategy, and which is outstanding, I do believe. And Timber, I personally haven't seen him that much. I've seen him and little in the Netherlands, and probably some in the Ajax matches. To be very honest, I haven't followed that much of Ajax games in the Champions League or in the Eredivisie. But he looks a good player. I've seen the highlights thing, and he's a top player. He's another young player, mate. He has all the room for improvement, all the room to get mature and get even better. And with the likes of Gabriel, Saliba, now Kiwior as well. Make no mistake, Kiwior is a fantastic signing as well. He's a very good player as well. So it is good, man. It just feels so good, and it just feels so weird, to be honest. I was just telling one of my mates last night that it doesn't feel to be like an Arsenal supporter at this moment, because every time before the start of the preseason, we would have been moaning, getting frustrated, slagging off Kroenke, slagging off Wenger and Emery, all these things. That why are you not signing any players? Why are you not linked with any players? And look at this past couple of seasons, we are signing players, we are signing great players. So at the end of the day, it just feels a little bit weird, and it's a decent feeling, but it feels a little bit weird to be an Arsenal fan at this moment, because all the things are gone, which is great. And Timber is a top player, so Rice is a top player. I think still we're going to need maybe another player, if possible, if we can sign another one or two players, and it will be depending on the departures as well. So yeah, so far so happy with all of Havertz, Rice, and Timber.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned the departures there, so we know it's been confirmed now that Granit Xhaka has left. It was strong rumours at the end of last season, and we did discuss it on our last show. If it was his farewell game, what a brilliant farewell game for him, and wish him the best of luck. He's been a really good player for us. He had his ups and downs. We know the situation with the whole losing the captaincy thing, but he bounced back really well from that. And he had an outstanding season last season as well. So wish him the best of luck in his future with his new club, Bayer Leverkusen.
He left on a high, man. He left on a high, after all the things that happened with Granit Xhaka and Arsenal fans. He turned things around, and massive credit to him. Wish him all the best. I was very sad actually, to see him go, because I've been one of the many Arsenal supporters, maybe all of the Arsenal supporters. We have had, our run-ins with Xhaka. We have had our complaints with Xhaka. We have had our frustrations, and we have been, we have wanted all him to go, in the 2019-20 season. But the way he has turned things around, the way he stayed, credit goes to Mikel Arteta as well for making him stay, and the way he played last season is a testament of life, because if it just shows that if the chips are down, and if you can just weather the storm and believe in yourself, you can change things around in your favor, and he exactly showed that. Massive credit to him. Wish him all the best. I was very sad, to be honest. I'm still a bit sad not to see Granit Xhaka, because he's a character, to be honest. He's very well respected in the team, and even his farewell message was very nice as well, very touching. So I'm gonna miss him. That's what I can say. I think all of Arsenal fans will gonna miss him. Wish him all the best, but we have to move on. I think he did a great job in the past couple of seasons, especially last season, and wish him all the best in Germany.
Yeah, for sure, bro. So let's discuss some of the other potential departures. Obviously, we don't know for sure what is going on in terms of the rumours that we're hearing, players linked to Wave that we're hearing, we're potentially listening to offers for them, and we are looking to sell them. So it's kind of all speculation right now, as we know, at this time of season. But based on what we're hearing, these are some of the players that we're hearing could be leaving. So I'll get your thoughts on each one of them. Let's start with Balogun.
Should keep him. We should keep him. He's a top player, man. He's a top-notch player, and we must keep following Balogun. If we let him go, it will be a mistake for him.
Yeah, I really think that he deserves his chance. He's gone out on loan, showed he's scored goals in the French league. Even if you say the French league is not that strong, regardless, he's scoring goals, and he has gone through our youth team right the way through, scoring goals, doing really well. I've not seen him much in the youth games, but I've got a friend who comes on the show a lot, Stephen. He watches a lot of our youth football, and he told me he is a really good player. He's got all assets to his game. He's not just as a goal scorer, he can hold the ball up well. He's good in the air. He's got pace. He reckons he can break all our goal scoring records if he was to give him the chance. So I think he really does deserve a chance this season. We're going to have a lot of games as well. We've got the Champions League.
Absolutely.
We're going to be fighting for all 4 trophies: the Carabao Cup, FA Cup, with the Premier League and Champions League. So he will get the opportunities, and then it will be down to him to take them. And let's hope he can and have a great season. So yeah, hopefully we do keep him. Next one, this one for me, I just hope it don't happen, because I think for me he's one of the best defensive midfielders in the league. On his day, he did have a little drop off at the end of last season. I think that was just down to tiredness. He played a lot of games. He wasn't injured as much last season, so he was playing a lot more games than he normally does. But for me, he's right up there as one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League. And this is Thomas Partey. There are rumours that he could be leaving. Again, not sure if it's just speculation or what, but what's your thoughts on that one?
It's a very tricky thing to say. You know, part of me wants him to stay. Part of me still believes that he's a top player, and he is actually a top player. But the way he's played at the end of last season, you know, I would personally want him to stay. I personally think that Thomas Partey has to stay, especially as a Granit Xhaka has now left. I think Thomas Partey is going to stay. I don't really see him going, but probably next season, because he's 29, he's approaching 30, and he'll be 31 by the start of next season. So maybe then, but for this season at least, he has to stay. Thomas Partey has to stay.
Yeah, let's hope so, bro. Okay, next, Lokongo. Been out on loan last season at Crystal Palace. Didn't go too well for him there, but a young player. We only signed him not too long ago. Not really a much chance. What's your thoughts?
Send him on loan. Send him on loan. No need to, sell him on permanently. Send him on loan to probably a Premier League club where he'll get chances. Because last season, when he was loaned at Crystal Palace, he was getting chances till Patrick Vieira was there. So I won't mind him going to somewhere like Wolves, or if I think Patrick Vieira, I think he's the new Strasbourg coach. In French league, he was roped in by Strasbourg. So send him there probably, because he worked well with Patrick Vieira. So if Strasbourg are needing a midfielder, send him on loan there. No need to sell him right now because he's very young as well. I think he's 22 or 23 now, probably, Sami Lokonga. And he has shown in bits that he has the potential to reach that height, to reach the level of Arsenal. So I won't be rushing him, rushing suddenly to let him go right now. Probably, I think loan will be the perfect thing for Lokonga.
Okay, and the last one, this one I'd say it's very likely he's going to leave. I think we've seen with the Timber signing as well. We know Tomiyasu's coming back as well, so that position right back, you don't need him. Cedric Sears?
Sell him now. Nothing against Cedric. He's just not good enough. I think he was just a makeshift signing for us in that season. I think 2019-20 season. He was just a makeshift signing. Same goes for Pablo Mari as well. I think those were just 2 test signings, 2 gambles, very low budget gambles from Mikel Arteta, and nothing worked. We got decent amount for Pablo Mari, 6 million for him to go to Monza. We have taken that, and probably sell Cedric to like 10, 15 millions if we get for Cedric. That will be excellent, I think. And sell him. That's for sure. He has no future at Arsenal for sure.
Okay, there's a couple of others actually. I was just thinking about the left back position, man. So we're seeing strong rumours with Tini possibly leaving, going to Newcastle back end of last season as well. Even when like Zinchenko was out, Arteta wasn't playing him as a left back, so it did seem like he was on his way out. I'm not hearing much. Another player that I'd like to see us keep. I love his heart, the effort, energy he has, and I know he's not suited to that inverted left back role that Arteta does like to play with, but he gives us that different option. Very solid defensively as well. Kieran Tierney, thoughts?
Has to stay. No, you can sell him. Because Zinchenko, maybe he just suits Arsenal's inverted left backs thing. That's fine. But Kieran Tierney is a much better defender than Zinchenko. I can pick many instances, 3-4 instances right now where Zinchenko was in direct involvement of us conceding a goal last season. Tierney never does that. You won't see that with Tierney. Tierney is defense first, and Tierney has, he has the potential to overlap and put in crosses, and with Havertz now on the side, who has decent heading ability as well. Tierney can be fruitful. Tierney can be useful. I don't think Tierney is gonna leave, man. I really believe that Tierney is gonna stay. And this season is going to be important for him. And we have so many competitions, Champions League as well. I think we can use him properly. If Arteta can use him properly, he's going to be an important player for us.
Yeah, hopefully he will stay. One more then for the left back role is Tavares.
Tavares, I think, yeah, Tavares is good. He did well for Marseille. He started extremely well, scored a lot of goals. I think, again, Tavares is he's a disaster when it comes to defense, but he's good going forward. So he may well be utilized if he stays at the club. May well be utilized with much advanced role, probably in the left wing back, this kind of roles. I think he's going to be used. I think I will keep him, to be honest. He's another very young player. You just can't let young players go for fun because he has potential. He has shown that, and he did well for Marseille. He was excellent, to be honest, for Marseille in the first half of the season. Yeah, he lost the pace a bit in the flag end, but that can happen if he does well at Arsenal this season. If we keep him at the club and give him sporadic chances or some chance in the Champions League if possible, or in the domestic cups, 1 or 2 odd games in the Premier League, I think it's going to help him. And if we have to let him go, just let him go on loan. Don't just sell him right now. That will be my thoughts. And another player I think who has to leave for me is Rob Holding, because I think there is nothing much left for Rob Holding at this club. He's a top-notch player. Love him to the core. Excellent professional. Has never complained about his role. Loves his work ethic. Very well respected and loved in the squad. But I don't think he will be getting any opportunities in this season because we have now 4 solid defenders. And I really don't know where he gets in because with the likes of Ben White, who can play centre back, make no mistake. And if we add Ben White in the list, there are 5 centre backs already we have, and I don't see Rob Holding getting any game time this season. So I really believe that he will be leaving this season, this summer.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, that he's a good defender, but it doesn't really suit the style of play we have from wanting to play at the back. So, as you're saying, his chances will be limited, as we saw last season, but even more limited this season with having Kyria now ahead of him and also with Timber coming in. So, yeah, most likely he will be leaving. All right, so one more question before we go. Now, I know this is obviously based a lot on the departures, and as you mentioned, you would like to see us get 1 or 2 more players in this transfer window. But let's say we can only get 1 more player in now. Which position would you want that to be in?
If we get 1 player without any departures, you believe?
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I'm saying based on the departures, but let's say that we hold on to the main ones that we want to keep. So we know we want to keep Tini, want to keep Partey. These 2 for sure. We're saying that would be key. If we did sell Tini, we'll have to look at getting a left back in for sure because we'll be short. I don't think you can put faith in Tavares as a backup option. Same with Partey. If Partey went again, we'll definitely need to get a centre midfielder. But let's say them 2 stay. But other departure, there's another big one, Balogun. Because again, if he was to leave, then we would definitely need to look into getting another backup striker. But let's say them 3 do stay. And we do make a couple of other sales, the likes of Cedric might go, Holding, etc. That won't really affect the squad overall. But if them 3 key ones do stay, and we still want to go out and get 1 more player, what position would you want to look for us to strengthen
in? If those 3 are staying, we'll have to probably go for another. I don't know, man. Probably another midfielder in the ranks. I think even if Partey stays, but then there'll be too many midfielders as well. Probably on the right hand side, or on the left hand side, because on the left hand side, when Reece Nelson is there, Emil Smith on the right hand side, Emil Smith can play, Leandro Trossard can play. Probably I'm gonna go with a striker. Probably even if Balogun stays, and we have, and in that case we'll have to let Nketiah go. Balogun stays, Gabriel Jesus stays, and maybe then we just bring in a striker, because otherwise I think we are pretty complete in terms of personnel and positions at the moment. Otherwise, because we have many players in the defensive midfield, in the offensive midfield. In the offensive midfield, maybe we can add 1. Maybe because we know Fabio Vieira, he hasn't been that good. So either one in number 10, then Emil Smith Rowe is there. Many players are there. That's the thing. Probably I'm going to go with a striker. I'm going to go with a striker because apart from Gabriel Jesus, who is not also a complete striker, he always hovers around the wing. Sometimes he's on the right-hand side, left-hand side. He's that type of player. So I'm going to go probably with a complete proper striker, someone like Dusan Vlahovic, who is going to be, he can be a superb player at Arsenal. And yeah, probably a striker, sure.
Yeah, it's good to have so many options. So like before we look at the team and it'll be like quite clear where you like the positions we really want to try and get someone in. But with the way we've been working in recent seasons, the great work the scouting, Edu, Arteta, the owners have done, we really have a really strong, complete squad and doesn't need much work to strengthen it. And it's a great place for us to be in. One last thing as well, though, I wanted to ask you about, it's great news for us, is the contract renewals. So we got Martinelli done earlier in the season, last season. The end of the season, we got Ramsdale and Saka done. We now had announced last week Saliba's done as well. These were big things for us in terms of our long-term future. And the one that was a bit worrying was the Saliba one, from the news we were hearing that potentially it was difficult negotiations and he could have potentially not signed the contract, but he's signed now as well. So it's another one as well, Reece Nelson. I know he's not in the same bracket in terms of his first team player for us as the other guys are, but still he does have a great future. He's still young, been with us for a long time. We saw he came on last season and made a difference in the opportunities that he got. We'll never forget that goal against Bournemouth. One of the best moments for us ever. It was special scoring that way right at the end of the game. Yeah, I was awarded the best in the Premier League, wasn't it? The best comeback.
Best moment of the
best moment. Yeah, it deserves it. It was something special. So yeah, again, really good news that he's also extended his contract. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on the contract renewals.
Great, to be honest. It's the first time that we are, keeping all of our talents, all of our top players. It's a great thing, to be honest. All these players staying till 2027, 28, some of them 2028 as well. It's a great thing. And we have to keep on doing the right thing now, because all these players will be like the Sakas and Salibas, Martinelli's will be like 25, 26 when this contract expires. So we'll have to make sure that we just keep on winning so that we can commit them to another long-term contract when it comes to like 2026 or 2025 this time around. So we'll have to make sure that these are the players. This crop will be, staying at Arsenal at least like, 2030, 2032, some of them like this time period. We'll have to make sure. So this, and the job that Mikel Arteta and Edu has done is fantastic, is to tie all these top players down to a contract, a long-term contract. And what we have to do now is that ensure that these players win some trophies, win some major trophies like Premier League, Champions League in the next 2 or 3 years. And then we keep on, then we reach the level that we have been dreaming for so long, because all these players have the potential to be top-notch players. All these players, Saliba, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard, all of these players are excellent talents. And so far at this tender age, what they're doing, imagine what they can do when they get 26, 27. So we'll have to ensure that we just don't lose them when they're 26, 27. It's great what they're doing at 21, 22 for us. So we'll have to ensure that this player stays at the club when their current contract expires. So it's great so far, and we'll have to look for the next step, and hopefully we can do it perfectly. But so far, for now, I'm ecstatic, over the moon with the signings that we have made and with the contract renewals that we have made. And another thing that you said, Reece Nelson, yeah, he's at the moment he's not in the bracket of the likes of Sakas and Salibas, but he can really be, because the things that I have seen, all of us have seen last season, even in the limited opportunities that Reece got, he capitalized. He did make a difference. We could see certain injection of energy when he came on. He changed certain games, and that is encouraging. I think that is one of the reasons that he got a new contract. Otherwise, I really don't think if we had Mikel Arteta not thought that he can make a difference, he can be integrated to the first team in future, he would have got the new contract. So great for Reece Nelson, great for Arsenal Football Club. Hope we keep marching on and hope we can just, you know, see the real and next level Arsenal that we are all are dreaming of in the coming years.
Yeah, bro. Let's hope so, man. We've done so well last season. Now it's that next step. Now we want to not just be competing with City, but we're going to beat them, win the Premier League, compete to win the Champions League, and yeah, the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. Fight on all fronts, and just let's hope we can start getting that success. These young players deserve. They're only going to get better and better. They're going to get another pre-season together now. Again, that's another really important thing about the transfer business. Doing it early, so you get the new players in, integrating into the team, preparing for the new season during pre-season. That's all going to be happening. We're out in Germany now, then we're going out to America. Some big games out there. We've got the MLS All-Stars, Man United and Barcelona. Come back here. It's Emirates Cup, Community Shield, and then that's it. Season starts, bro. So as always, look forward to discussing it all with you throughout the season and catch you very soon for our next show. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So
always a pleasure.
Thanks, bro. So yeah, that's all from us. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe, like, and share.